Good day, podcast community. Pete Kane here, Podcast Pete, and certified lifestyle coach. When we say lifestyle, we say freedom. And for freedom to come to your business and your life, you got to create demand. Demand is leads. Leads create cash flow, and we build thriving school communities. Together, we're better. If you're stuck, don't have enough demand and leads, and not creating the cash flow you need to build that thriving community, this is for you. I want to share with you a way to obtain that through the 6 freedoms. That's what we work on: time, creative, health, wealth, location, travel, all centered around our personal growth. Your business won't grow beyond your ability to grow. So the journey, we work on ourselves first, then we work on our freedoms. And so I want to share with you this concept to help you have a better understanding of the road ahead and what is possible. If we lean into it, we invest in ourselves, and we invest the right strategy to get where we want to go. We talk about the time freedoms. Let me make this a little bigger. There we go. Time, wealth, location, creative, health, and travel, all built on this rocket of freedom is possible by our personal growth. And we're going to share with you a way to get that. Okay, let me share the screen. Hold on here. There we go. Okay. A road to freedom starts here, the Freedom Builder. Oops. Freedom is not a single destination. It's a compounding effect. We're always working on it, but if we grow 1% a day, it starts to compound. Great book by Jeff Olson, The Slight Edge, that talks about the compounding effect. You've heard compound interest. You growing 1% is compounding your mastery, your growth. Time freedom is moving beyond the hourly grind to sovereign control of your schedule. Now, I do 3 days in one, 3 5-hour days. Over time, I have worked on this to batch time, to do Pomodoros, to do things where each 5-hour batch or chunk of time, there's specific things I do in those times. So I'm getting in that 5 hours of focused, move the needle, fulfilling time. I get the flow, I get the momentum, I get the mastery. And that helps me to get the 21 days in a week where most are only getting 7. That's what we teach in our community, our school community, our coaching community. Person asked me, what is a lifestyle coach? A certified lifestyle coach works on clarity, energy, courage, productivity, and influence. And in there is time freedom, is location freedom, travel freedom, creative freedom, staying in your genius zone as much as you possibly can. Never is a day perfect. We always lean into getting better, getting better. The journey's never over. If it's over, it's proven that our health just declines, our mental state declines, and we pass. The average person, when they retire after 65, that number, if they don't continue their connections and their relationships, establish a meaningful pursuit of a purpose, and keep growing personally, our aliveness or our candle dims and goes out. So we want to always keep working on our freedoms. Okay, wealth freedom, creating the resources that grow without constant manual input. And in other words, if you have overhead of $5,000 a month and your reoccurring income is $6,000, you're free. Are you a multimillionaire? Don't have to be, but you have to free up your mind. You have to free up your mind to stay in your genius zone, to do the things you love, to make the impact that you want to make, to work on travel, location, and the freedoms that we have for you within our community. So the goal of being a multimillionaire, when you get down to why do you want to be it? I want to be free. I want to be able to do the things I love to do. I want to take the time to spend with family. You have to have, what does that mean? It's just a number. But you hear multimillionaire, you think, oh, that's got to be great. It is if it's done right. But if you don't like what you do and you're burnt out and you're getting it through things that aren't honoring your integrity, you're going to find out as you climb that ladder, you're on the wrong side of the wall. You're on the wrong side of the building. You want to be on that journey of freedom by working on these freedoms, by working on yourself, your relationships, your time. You're freeing yourself up. So that is what helps us architect a design life. Creative freedom. What is that? Working in your genius zone, being able to do what you love to do and monetizing it so it can support your journey. If you don't, it's a hobby, and that's fine. You have to have hobbies. Hobbies are things we enjoy doing, but why not enjoy it and monetize it? My friend Christy is an art, loves creating, wants to have a studio, works with the seniors, does art classes, creates things, teaches that. Just her heart is full when she's doing that. That's leaning in to being creative, leaning into the freedom as opposed to doing something that you might not enjoy, that doesn't fill your heart. That's leaning into creative freedom. The location freedom. The business that I have, coaching courses and high performance coaching, I can do anywhere in the world. I could be in Costa Rica doing the business. I could be in Paris at a cafe doing the business. When you set your business up that way, you can have location freedom. We saw a little bit of that in COVID because people learned how to work at home. Now it's a lot of this hybrid that we see, which is fine, because if you can cut down on your commute time and put that time to a better way of honoring your freedoms, then it's a beautiful thing. Travel freedom. A lot of times we wait. When I retire, I'm going to travel the world. Sometimes we don't get to that time. We're not guaranteed tomorrow. I saw this happen 4 years ago almost. It was almost over. There were some things I didn't take care of health-wise, and managing my mental journey that probably contributed to it, but I lost my left side. Now walking and going on a walking tour would not be beneficial at this moment. So take your vacations, travel the world, build that into your business so you can work hard, play hard, see the world like Jerry Boaz and his wife, Mary Jane, traveling, chasing history. There's a spot you want to go see because you've read about it, go see it. Do it while you're working. Because if you set up your business with systems and processes and you have that reoccurring income because that was a priority for you, you're able to travel. And maybe you work in the morning like I know some people do, and then they have fun in the afternoon. You can combine both if you have a plan, if you design your life for this journey. Health freedom. Without your health, none of this matters. So if you don't prioritize your health, both mental and physical, it can come around to bite you in the butt. So take care of yourself. I go to the gym every day because I have stacked. I don't depend on willpower, because willpower is like a battery. And there's sometimes your battery is low. And if you're depending on it that time to go to the gym, you're going to say, don't have the energy right now. However, if you stack habits, when I go to the gym, it's my meditation time, it's my learning time, it's my physical exercise time, my mental focus time. I put all these things, being around people, I get to meet people when I go there and talk to people. But when I'm on the bike, which is my walking, my eyes are closed and I'm meditating on what I'm listening to. So I'm concentrating and I'm working on that focus. I don't want to do without that. So I can't wait to get to do that, because I've stacked all these positive, cool things, and I'm not depending on how I feel, what my willpower is at that moment. And when you take that away, that out of the equation, and you stack, like Atomic Habits, and James Clear talks about stacking those habits. There's so many positive things, so many whys in that activity. You can't wait to do it. So you make something that could be a willpower decision into, this honors my journey. This honors my freedom journey. I want to do it. I feel better. I think better. I meditate. I learn. I grow. All that. And I'm just can't wait to do it. So that's an example of that. So anyway, this is not another course, what we're talking about. This is an ecosystem, an operating system for freedom, performance, relationship-driven growth. Our program, our ecosystem is not accidental. It's engineered through systems that scale, habits that compound, relationships that multiply, and community that sustains the momentum. Because our school community allows us to connect you with the right people, learn in a community of people that are on their journey of freedom, working on their time, working on their wealth, working on their health, working on their travel, location, and creative freedoms. Everybody's on a journey, working on themselves in the journey, because we provide Growth Day at this time with your commitment to invest in yourself. So $97 a month. There's no commitment outside of your time, and you're investing in yourself. If you don't get the value, you don't have to stay. But I coach you personally. And we're doing this because the first 20 will get the best white glove service you will ever get on your road to journey, on your road to freedom. The growth wheel, the growth day for flywheel. Every day, I do my 5 to Thrive, where Brendan Bouchard, who certified me as a high performance coach, coaches me. A related coach or himself is another version of that topic. I score myself. I journal myself. I ask a thought-provoking question and answer it, so it gets me thinking. And then what am I grateful for? So I do all those things along with my list of my priorities for the day. What do I want to do? So it's always the 5. It's like the fuel to your rocket. The daily discipline creates capacity. Capacity creates time, wealth, health, location, travel, and creative freedoms. The results create stories that feed back into the community. So together, we're better. Together, we're in the school community together with freedom builders. So you're able to meet other people, share your journey. Because once we let people know, you don't want to be like, oh, I didn't know you wanted that, because you were afraid to share, afraid to be judged. When you're bold and we teach you to be bold, you're free. You're freer than you were if you didn't have the courage to say, hey, this is what I want. This is what I'm striving for. This is what I want to accomplish. The 3 pillars of business freedom, just to keep that in front of you. You got to create demand. Demand is the lifeblood of your business, because demand is leads. Leads create cash flow, and cash flow is a thriving school community, or a thriving raving fans, thriving place where people on the same journey are in there with you. So you know they're out for your best interest, and everybody helps everybody. I had a person that I'm introducing to another person, both in the holistic journey. That's an example of how we can help support you in the community. High performance implementation ecosystem. Stop trying to build everything alone. There's no such thing as a solo entrepreneur. It's a team effort. Team, and in here we have 4 parts of the ecosystem: coaching and personal development, digital infrastructure and automation, saving you time. So when people schedule you, they do it on a Calendly. They go to your landing page and it goes into your calendar. You're not going back and forth. Hey, what about Tuesday? Nah, I can't do it Tuesday. How about Thursday? Nah, that's not good. How about Friday? And you're wasting time. When you automate and have a system, you're staying in your genius zone more. The third one is relationship and brand building, building your brand, because being a key person of influence online allows you and allows people to get to know, like, and trust you. We always like to say, you're playing in the local sandbox, which is 140, give or take a few people that know, like, and trust you. You're familiar, you just, those are the people. But if you can move into the global sandbox, that's millions and billions of people that don't know you yet. But if you have a digital profile and you give them an opportunity to go on a journey with you, then they're getting to know you, like you, and trust you. And if you don't have that trust, they're not going to do business with you. So you can have millions of people on that journey. So you're increasing your demand, which generates your leads. Leads create cash flow. Cash flow builds a thriving community. So the fourth is that creative, staying in that genius zone and getting the support you need to do what you do best, what only you do best. There's 3 things I do. I podcast, I create courses, and I coach. I don't do all the other things. If I want to learn something, it's on purpose and focused on how I'm going to get closer to my freedoms. How am I going to get better? Not just learning everything out there because it gets overwhelming. And without focus and clarity on your learning, you won't move forward. You'll just be entertained by a lot of good information. Okay. Coaching and Personal Development. High Performance Habits by Brendan Bouchard. He's my mentor and certified me as a high performance coach. It's across 12 modules to build focus, discipline, confidence, energy, productivity, and influence. Clarity sessions inside our community. If you want to book a clarity session, there's an opportunity to do that. We give the first early adopters Growth Day, which is a community of 300,000 plus people that honor on a personal growth journey by Brendan Bouchard and talented coaches and teachers. There's so much good focused information depending on what your journey's like, what you want to work on, how you want to improve. And every single day we do the 5 to Thrive. So I get coached by the best. I have a system in there and I can learn what I want to grow, what I want to master on. And that's in the program. Bitcoin is a wealth strategy. There's only 21 million coins. So there's a finite number. You can't print more coins. You can't, you mine them, but that's a separate thing. But the reason homes in 1971 were 25,000, now they're 500,000, is the supply of printing of money. During COVID, we printed 40% more dollars, which when that happens, your buying power goes down and inflation goes up because you can't buy as much. That's why everybody's struggling, because we have stretched the buying through printing so much money, but you have a pure currency and you have to be interested in learning about that. I've been on a 2-year journey and it takes confidence to build in learning how it works. 21 million coins. They're not going to be printing more. And when you think about assets and stored value, understanding that helps you to move towards generational wealth and wealth freedom. Digital infrastructure and automation. We have an automated landing page set up so you're not wasting time going back and forth, capturing those leads, knowing who has scheduled with you. You get 9 digital programs, all focused on our freedoms. So you get to learn Podcasting Academy, key strategic partners, journaling for personal freedom, goals, habits, and mindset. These are the type of programs that help you master your road and help you on your road to freedom. Notebook LM coaching, that's what this is on. This enables where it used to take, if I had to put this together before I had this tool, it would take me months because that's not my skill set. Now it takes minutes, from months to minutes, and we'll help you with that. Linktree setup to be able to have all of your brand, all of your content, all of your resources in one organized place helps to show value to your prospect. We help you set that up. And then the online course structure. I have 9 courses. I did them, but Trexa and Rolando supported me on that. That's what we do for you in our community. Relationship and brand building system. The podcasting system. It's a relationship building framework that grows influence and partnerships. What do I mean by that? I learn every single podcast I do. I get to share the story of the person, the guest, on my podcast. So I get to share and understand more about them personally. I get to connect them to people that can benefit and help them. I create a digital asset that never goes away. So I'm planting seeds online, giving people a chance to get to know, like, and trust them through the podcast experience. Digital card follow-up. We have a way of staying in touch with people. There was a lady that walked in our neighborhood, and she's been in business 7 or 8 years, interior designing, thousands of customers. If you don't have a way to stay connected to the people that loved your service, distractions, noise out there, they'll forget about you. But if you have a way of staying in touch, it's a way of keeping that community warm, keeping that community aware of what you're doing. And the digital card helps in that journey. Monthly luncheons, guest opportunities, strategic positioning as a guest on shows. I'm always introducing people to others, podcasters, so they can be guests in a similar, like, holistic. If two people are in holistic living, I'm bringing them together, like Jay and Christina. That way, Christine, together they're better because they have a common goal of holistic living. One is on the supplement side, one is on the mental side of holistic. Send out cards. We use send out cards. That way we're physically sending a personal card to people to keep them aware. If you don't have a way of touching in a time-efficient manner, in a special way, people will forget about you. It's just that there's a lot going on. The creative and team support, VA-assisted graphics, Trexa and Company with her soon-to-be husband, Rolando. So you get visual effects, professionally designed business cards, so they visually strong first impression, LinkedIn support, Slack communication, and our school community guide on activating your community. Everybody has a community, and we help you on that journey. So you're generating demand, which is leads, creating cash flow, and creating communities. So together we're better. And in this system, we can show you how we can guide you, coach you, support you on your freedom journey. We are no longer building alone. We do live events. We do peer support, ongoing accountability, sustain momentum when motivation fails. Our live events to learn, connect, and grow through freedom building community in real time. Together, we're better. $97 a month. It includes $1,495 value in my 9 courses, the $50 Growth Day membership at this time. Includes high performance coaching where I coach you personally once a month. Then we do a check-in the other time during the month to see how you're doing in your content journey, how you're doing moving forward. Coaching matters. I was coached for a year, a whole year, by a high performance coach. Totally transformational. Together, you're better, and being coached, you're going to be better, because we want the accountability. There's plenty of information out there, but when you're focused and coached by a person who's trained and certified, you're going to move faster in your journey. High performance coaching, systems, community, and leverage. Early adopters advantage. The first 20 people receive additional value, bonuses, and priorities. Access to the ecosystem expands. Early adopters always get more. Secure your place and lock in your value today. The prize, the architecture of freedom. Join our freedom builders today. Start building a life and a business designed for time, wealth, creative, travel, health, and location freedom. And let me give you, if you go to the QR code right up here, QR code, or let me see if I can put up something on a banner here. I know I got it. I think I do here. Let me see. Yes, I do. There we go. Go to join our Freedom Builders coaching ecosystem today at pkane.me/freedoms, or scan the QR code above my head. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step. That's an investment in you, in your journey for freedom. Be bold, make an impact, and have fun.